Today was finally done of the tournament. COD XP, COD World League Championships. This has been fun. Now, for except the fact that COD PSN went down for a few hours, the start of the day was amazingly fun. The end of the day ended amazingly interesting for today, which we're gonna have some notable games against Optic versus Panda actually means something now. Knowing that Panda won their game and Optic lost theirs. Now, if they both won their game, I would believe that Optic wins in the wash anyway, because of the fact that Optic is overwhelmingly better against this team. But now, knowing their SD struggles, and as to be noted, Complexity is a solid S&D team led by Colt Havoc, who is quite possibly one of the top S&D individuals in the tournament. He's shown it with a double positive in S&D on Breach that ended out to get the 3-2 win last night. So, that being said, let's start this preview from early in the day. Who was noticeable earlier in the day? And I gotta say, to start it off, I didn't know Millennium was going to end without Swanee. That being said, they're still in this group. They lost to Splice, who's basically through at this point, but the E-United loss to Splice has E-United v Millennium for the group. That should be fun today. I still feel like, though, E-United can pull this one out, upset Millennium in a sense, and get to the second round. I kept saying that one European team was going to make it out of this. I believe in E-United. I believe that E-United can make a solid run. That being said, too, you'll look at Group C, and you'll look at what happened throughout the day. Fab Games Esports came out of nowhere, took out Luminosity, took out Cheese easily, you could say, and now is sitting pretty, set to win the group and go on. It's already set to go to the winners bracket and set to win the group overall. Also, early in the day, one of the bigger surprises is Epsilon in Group D. Epsilon has pulled off a very good tournament so far. They officially took out Renegades. I shouldn't say officially, that was Allegiance's job, but honestly, I didn't see it coming. I didn't think Epsilon was usually a middling group, and I said in my Twitter, Epsilon came through, they impressed, especially Moose, who's a Call of Duty veteran. He impressed, getting good games out of them throughout, and at the last game they were a team performance. It was a well-played series for Epsilon, and now they're sitting pretty at 2-0, and they look good to make the winners bracket. Allegiance and Epsilon is going to be today, and that's going to decide who wins Group D. So, what's really interesting to me is Group F. Team Caliber. I was wrong. I was wrong. They came through. They hit big time, especially Goonjar and Happy. Especially Goonjar. Now, some people will say Happy did more for the team during during their current run right now, but Goonjar has seriously, in S&D, taken them with 3 pieces, 2 pieces, 1v2s. When it got into that position where it looked like Team Caliber were out of it, Goonjar saved their butts, including my friends Monfrere, including a 4-piece on Breach, captured the flag with the Tempest, kept the flag away from that team, from Tainted Minds, and really helped force a Game 5, which they ended up winning. So, Team Caliber has impressed. Now, another team that impressed me is another team that really done what they've surprised to do is FaZe. Yeah, FaZe. I'm gonna say it. FaZe. I thought FaZe was going to struggle, not because of the group itself. It's because of their constant struggles they usually have as a team. They have the consistency to say they should beat this group pretty handily, but yet, lo and behold, they struggle. MLG Orlando, struggle. Anaheim, struggle. When they really shouldn't have. Stage 2 finals, they lose to old Dream Team in the first round. But they came in seriously, ready to play, ready to get going, and they got a 6-0 map count. They're currently straight for this next round with Team Elevate, which I'm not surprised there. This group turned out to be not a surprise, which is sort of, in a sense, a little bit of a surprise. FaZe Clan Team Elevate is basically for the group today. So, that being said, the surprises and the top players, some of the top players for me is Moose, Goonjar, Happy, Colt from last night. Envious pulled up getting the job done against Cloud9. That was very close. Cloud9 gave more of a fight than I thought would. And I knew Complexity was a threat. I knew Complexity was going to be dangerous. I was a little bit surprised they pulled it out, but it was through S&D, which comes into the disappointments. After Gaming losing 3-2 in S&Ds. And I gotta say, this is a pattern now. This is a dangerous pattern for them. They don't practice S&D they don't practice S&D like I think they should. I don't think they practice S&D enough. It's shown now that they're getting outplayed in these S&D maps throughout all year. Search and Destroy is an odd weakness, is a big weakness for them. When you think about it and when you flesh this out, where does it come through? Does it come through Scump's over aggressiveness on some maps where he gets first blooded way too many times? Foremost issues about being outsniped by top snipers like Study, and then now being outplayed by Colt. Where does that come into play, honestly? Where does that honestly come into play? In the end, it's a team issue that they should have worked on before, and now they really should work on. Because I think everywhere else, every other respawn challenge, they can win. They could definitely dominate. Even if they lost that one, was it that uplink against Complexity, they could still pull off a capture the flag. They shouldn't be worried about that. What they should be really worried about is the fact that they cannot pull it out on Search and Destroy. And that could hit them hard once again, where they barely were winning Search and Destroys in Orlando, lost to Luminosity because of Search and Destroys at Stage 2 Finals. What are we doing here? I understand you guys love Respawn. I understand that. You guys really want to work on Respawn. But the ignorance of not still improving in Search and Destroy consistently, and it to be noted, Complexity has one of the best I think honestly the best Search and Destroy individual. Luminosity is the best Search and Destroy team in my mind, but the best Search and Destroy individual is indeed a one named Colt Havoc. You face up against that, you're mostly gonna lose anyway. But they just didn't even really look good in Search and Destroy. They looked outplayed every time they came on, and really, especially on the offense rounds, Scup was getting over aggressive and no one was helping him trying to get the aggressiveness in. So it was just really not pulling the weight. So another team that's supporting me, Renegades. I thought this was a group that could easily win. They ended up 0-2. Team Aquila, Diabolic, Sender, disappointed again. What in the world, people? For goodness sakes, guys. Where are we going with this? Let me talk to him face to face. Chino was the only one really playing. Chino Diabolic. The other two, Cinder and Killer, disappointed again. The consistency wasn't there. At least with Diabolic inconsistencies, he tends to work on them and try to get better throughout the map. Cinder to me just doesn't feel like he's stable playing this. And that's going to cause issues. Many issues that could really wreck this team now. They're out. They're officially out of COD XP. That's disappointing. That's really disappointing. Because they should have done better. And now they're out. Team Legions. Well, yeah, they were the team I thought was going to take second, has a chance to win the group. Mochilla has picked up. Remy has indeed picked up. And Royalty, basically the three guys that has Call of Duty World League experience, pick their games up to really get them to this point where they're in the winner's bracket. They're about to face off against Epsilon for the group lead. Props to them. Props to them. The teams now, I think they're still in limbo. Let's talk about Hyper Games. They're still in limbo. Supremacy out. I knew they were going to take out Supremacy. I knew they were Realism was coming against Cloud, against Rise Nation. Right now, the battle is between Apotheon and Hyper, and it's really this team you should. For Hyper Games, this Apotheon team you should beat. You should, but Apotheon's pretty good as well. But you have the experience, you have the chances of making. You had the chances to make runs. You didn't, but you have the experience together of being a solid Call of Duty team overall. I know you didn't exactly do well in Summer Masters. You didn't really go anywhere else on land except Stage 2 Finals, which, yeah, you're disappointed there, but this is the point where you could change that around. Epsilon sure did. Look at Orbit A and Z, they took a win. Team Caliber surely did, they are a team that I thought that would contend with Lethal for the second spot. Now there's a chance that still can happen. There is a chance that still can happen. I said Lethal Gaming had something improved after all this tired BS they went through, them losing, them having those issues with their former team, Most Wanted, who's oddly enough out of the tournament, and before in Orlando, and then going into online qualifiers, and then not feeling right, and at Most Wanted leaving for Lethal. And now they want to prove that Most Wanted should have done good with them. They should have been on that Most Wanted tag. Most Wanted should be with that org. That org should have that team. But it's their fault. They messed up, and now they had to take a second-rate team, and that second-rate team is now out of the tournament. And now this team that is now Lethal Gaming is looking mighty lethal. Yes, I said the cliche. I don't care. Team Infused is another team that surprised me, but I don't think they're out yet. I think getting that Game 5 win over Lethal helps them big time. That stronghold, yes indeed, they looked pretty solid. They came through when the time was clutch. They really, Marky B especially, that team was on his back. During that S&D, getting those clutch kills, making those turns, leading that team, getting that victory for them, keeps them alive in this tournament. It's a mighty fine line what's going down in day 2. And I'm very interested in what will happen. It's been a great, even though the crappy PSN being down and people doubting, oh, you want to go back to Xbox. And I own an Xbox One. Look, I own an Xbox One over a PS4. But I gotta say, it's still been a fun tournament, and most pros still want to be on PS4. They rather PS4 over Xbox. And I like to tend to go with what the pros are talking about in this case. So, with that being said, I'm going to get ready and enjoy day 2. You guys hopefully will enjoy day 2 with me. Leave a like for it if you like the video. Leave a comment to help to expand this channel. This is your boy, the Big Man. And most of all, I hope you guys have peace.